Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I have an update on my Panda Face Palette project pan. And this one, it's gonna be a good one. Even though I didn't reach all of my goals, I reached most of my goals. And I'm gonna introduce a new palette for this project. So if you wanna see my update on this Panda Face Palette project, this is a project in which I choose one main face palette to finish throughout the entire year, and then I have another one that I'm working on constantly with that one, like a sister palette, so that I don't get bored, and a rotation palette, which is one that I can put like a usage goal or that I want to use more and start to try it out just to see if I can introduce it to the project later or just to get use out of it. So if you're new to this project, I have a project pan playlist on my channel. I've been project panning since 2017, and today I'm going to show you the progress on the 3 palettes that I have and the one that I'm going to rotate out. So if you want to see my progress, then just keep on watching. You guys, before we go into the video, you guys always ask me about my lip combo, so I wanted to leave a link below and mention it. I'm using Millennial by Merit, and then I'm also using by Merit the tinted lip oil in the shade Taupe. This is the combo that I'm wearing on my lips today. For my foundation routine, I actually filmed a review of all of the Merit beauty products and a review of how I feel about them after over a year of being using them. And I did lip swatches of all of the lip products that I own, which are 8. I also filmed today the Natasha Denona Yaka palette review, so if you are coming from that review, you can check out this video. Or if you like this look, I did 2 looks, one on each eye, and I decided to keep this one as the main look to keep filming. So I did 2 looks with that palette so you can see it perform in action with low light. Before we go into the Panda Face Palette project, I wanted to let you guys know that, because if I forget to say this on the video, then when you guys ask me, I completely forget. And then I can give you the information that you're asking. Okay, so for the rotation palette of this project, I had my Natasha Denona My Dream Cheek Trio, and this one was basically brand new. I used it when I got it about 5 times or so, and then I stopped using it because I've been focusing on other things. And I always say I wish that this palette had a bronzer, not 2 highlighters. But I set myself a goal on my last update to use this 5 times. And I did reach for it 5 times, mainly because of the highlighter, twice because of the blush. But my main goal was using the highlighter, and that happened because I finished another highlighter. So this was already used 5 times. I wish again that this was a bronzer instead of another highlight, because I'm not crazy about that cream highlight. The more I use it, the less crazy I am about it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use it as I use the other face glow bases from the rest of the palettes that I have from Natasha Denona, which is that I put them underneath everything just to give it a glow to the foundation, and that way I can use it up. But this is a beautiful palette. I love the blush, I love the powder highlighter. It's just that this could have been something different to make the palette complete on itself. Then the other palette that I'm working on, that it's my sister palette to the main palette of this project, is the Natasha Denona Tan Bronze and Glow palette. And for this one, I had the goal to expand the pan in both of the shades Super Glow and the Blush Bronze Powder, and then also to finish the Glow Cream Base. I didn't finish the Glow Cream Base, but I've made a lot of progress in it. So you can see it right here. This is completely gone, and the only thing I have left is what's left on this side. And I've used this as a bronzer underneath foundation, on top of foundation, but I don't waste product because I'm panning it. So I think my goal for next month will be to keep working on this one. I'll be happy if I finish the cream product within this powder palette, because it's easier for cream to go bad, and I don't want any creams in my collection going bad. This is not my favorite because the color is too dark for me, so I use it as a base for bronzer or as the main bronzer, but it's not the color of bronzer that I prefer. Sometimes I even use it underneath blush and whatnot. Then I've been using these 2 a ton to do my crease for eyeshadow as a bronzer and blush. I mix them both together because I don't like the look of this one on its own, and it's too dark for me as a highlighter. So I mix them to create a glowy blush, or I use this one as a blush. These could be easier to blend. The more I use it, the more I realize that when I use other blushes, they're easier to blend. I will finish this palette for sure. The thing that will take me longer to finish is the highlighter. So I'm not thinking that I will be finishing this palette this year, but I'll make huge progress this year, and then maybe I can keep this as my sister palette for next year, and that way I can finish it off completely, or leave this one as my main palette for next year. This is a palette that I have major progress on, and I've been doing it subconsciously, but the Bloom palette, the first palette that I got from Natasha Denona, was in my Panda Face palette project, and I finished that completely except for the cream blush, the red one, and it's okay. I hit pan on that one, but then I passed it on because I knew I wasn't gonna finish it. This was my second palette that I got because it was the second one that she released, and now I'm working on finishing this one. So I don't want anything getting older in my collection when it comes to Natasha Denona. I tend to show love to every product that I get from her, and this is not gonna be an exception. So I expanded the pen a little bit on these two products. I know that this is looking more shallow, so I know the pen will be expanded way more on my next update. Same for this one. My goal for this one right here is to hit side pan and to increase the size of the pan. And then for this one, it's just to keep working on it because this is more pigmented, and even though I feel like I use this one more, since this is a matte formula, it doesn't seem to be going down the same way as this one. But if I could hit side pan on this one, that would be also great, and maybe I can finish this one. I didn't use it every day, but I used it quite a bit, and I still went through a lot, so maybe I can keep use this one and see if I can have an empty pan and two side pans, and then I'm gonna keep working on the highlighter. I always, when I use this palette, use that highlighter. And then my main palette for the project is my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Mini Sculptor Unlocked, and this one came with a finishing powder, a bronzer, a blush, and a metallic strobe powder. My goal for this update was to finish the highlighter because my first thing that I did with this palette was to finish the finishing powder, which was Soft Light. Then right after that I finished the bronzer, which was Golden Bronze Light, and now I finished the highlighter. Oh, you guys, this is so exciting. I enjoyed using that highlighter. I used it as a brow bone highlighter, just as the main start of the show on my cheeks. And then I've been using the blush a lot. I actually have a little bit on the apples of my cheeks right now. And this is looking more flat because they come with a dome shape when they're brand new. So I know that I'll be able to finish. I was thinking that after I finish the highlighter, I could pass on this palette because I said that the blush, I didn't love it. But actually, you guys, I think I can finish it, and that will make me feel accomplished for the year to finish this face palette. I know in the close-up you can see how well loved this is, and the fact that it only has one product left and it's a blush. Blush is super hard to finish, but it's also showing a lot of usage, makes me extremely happy. I'll keep using it until the end of the year, and then if at the end of the year I still have it and haven't hit pan on the blush, I can pass it on to someone or just declutter it, but I think I'll be able to finish it completely this year. So then what I'm gonna do for this update is I'm gonna remove this from the project because this was only something that I wanted to use a little bit more. This is my newest Natasha Denona palette. And then I created the other day, it was late at night, and I was playing with all my blushes, watching people decluttering their blush collection and thinking that I could never declutter my blushes. I adore them. If I have a blush that truly doesn't work for me, I declutter it, but most of my blushes, I've thought about them, and some are just special because of the shade is unique, and other blushes are just things that I use and I rotate, and I truly rotate my blushes. So I created this palette. This is a Makeup Geek C palette or magnetic palette that my friend Janet sent to me with a few shades from Makeup Geek. But I have a few blushes that I had in other C palettes that I love but never use. And I decided that I should add them to this project because I feel like this blush, sometimes I get bored of it, and I know this will remove some of the usage that I get for the Hourglass, but I love switching up my collection, and if I could finish one of these blushes this year and make progress in the rest of them, then I'll be super happy. I think I can finish one of them for sure. So this palette has these beautiful blushes, and I think it's perfect for summer, so I can keep it in the project for 3 months or 4 months. I don't care. Maybe till the end of the year and see what I can do for progress in it. It comes with Luster from NARS, which the other day that I was seeing this palette, I have Luster in a face palette from NARS. Luster is one of my favorite shades, and it has been discontinued, you guys. So if you have it in your collection, use it and love it, because it's one of my favorite shades. It's in a way even better than Orgasm because it gives you the warmth, it gives you the glow, but it doesn't have glitter in it at all. It's just perfection. This blush is perfection, and it's so thin, so thin, that I know I'll be able to show a lot of progress when my next update comes. And I already put this in my everyday makeup bag so that I can get use out of it. Then this came in a Too Faced palette that came with eyeshadow and blushes and bronzers and whatnot. And this is the Who's Poppy blush. This is sort of like an Orgasm type of shade. It's so pigmented and beautiful. It's still performing nicely. On the cheeks, it looks amazing. And coral shades like this one, because this is sort of like a peachy pink, but it has a lot of coral in it, are trending right now. So why not show it some love? It has pan in it, and I've used it and abused it for years. But then again, I don't want it to go bad. It's an older blush in my collection, and I don't mind the age of a blush, but I mind that if I love one, I want to use it up. Also, I was checking all my MAC blushes, and I found this one in there, and this was a limited edition one. It was called Alpine Bronze, and then this one I bought because of Casey Holmes. At that point, she was still like, it's Blondie or something, and she recommended these in a neutrals blush video, and then I went to a CCO and purchased it when it was limited edition, and then it was discontinued, and I found it on a CCO and I purchased it. And this has gotten a lot of love throughout the years, but I placed it in a C palette with other face products and I forgot about it. And when I was reorganizing my collection and found it, I said, like, this is the dome. Let me show you. The dome is basically flat because I have another dome right here that you can see that it's taller. So this will be one that I think it's gonna be easy to make progress on it and even to finish it. And then these, I find it to be beautiful for summer. This is the Petal Power Mineralized Blush, both from MAC. Like a peachy pink as well, but this is a luminous blush. And this formula from MAC is one of my favorite blush formulas. So I'm always thinking about purchasing more. I have Lovejoy. I have one that my friend Janet sent to me. And I have another one that's lighter than this one, a Celia in the Afternoon, something like that. They were a spring release. I don't know if they still carry them, but they were beautiful, and I gave them so much love that now I just think that it's my duty to finish them, because these are not shades that I'm okay with them going bad in my collection or just not finishing them up. I have a lot of blushes that I know I will never finish, but that I love and that I use from time to time, and that I'm okay with that, and I'm okay with keeping them. But these are blushes that I actually adore on my cheeks. So why not wear them more, and why not rotate them, mix them with other blushes until I finish them. This palette, I'm thinking that next year I will put it on my Pan That Face palette project. Maybe with a bronzer, because I'm positive that I will finish this blush. Maybe with a bronzer right here to see if I can finish those blushes, and that can be my main palette for next year. I still haven't decided. What do you think about that? Let me know, and I can place another face palette. Maybe these two could be the main palettes for the project, and I can use this as a bronzer. I still haven't decided yet, but I know that I want to finish at least 2 of these blushes, maybe if not this year, next year. But I want to be able to finish some blush from my collection. So that's it for this update, you guys. I don't think it was too long of an update, but I gave you everything that I needed to give you. If I can show a little bit of side pan on this palette as well, on this blush, I would be happy. And my goal for this one, it's gonna be to make major progress on every single blush, but mostly on luster. I want to see if I can hit side pan in both sides of the center to see if I can have color here and color here, because that would set me up for success. And then I want to expand the pan in Who's Poppy, which has pan, but it's not that big. So, and then for these two, I just want to make progress on them because I don't think that I will be hitting pan in all of the blushes within a month. Maybe I will, but I don't think so. So that's it for this project, you guys. That's it for the update. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you would like to see here on my channel. I post videos every week about luxury makeup, whether they are project pan or reviews or just me applying them or hauls. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Everything that I mentioned that's still available, I will leave linked below. I leave a question in the comment section below so that we can chat about makeup. I love you, and I guess I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.